Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, we are going to explore the historic West Bottoms in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm Cindy, my husband is Chris. Welcome to CNC DIY Factory. Rolling into downtown KC on 169, can you feel it? That buzz in the air means one thing. It's First Friday weekend in the historic West Bottoms. I'm heading straight into a treasure hunt of vintage finds, handmade magic, and all the historic charm Kansas City has to offer, and I'm going to bring you along for the ride. As we come upon the downtown area, we are taking a sharp right into the West Bottoms of Kansas City. This is a historic neighborhood that was once the heart of the city's livestock and meatpacking industries. It was founded in 1871 and became a thriving commercial and industrial area with the establishment of the Kansas City Stockyards and the Union Depot. Today, it's known for its unique blend of history, art, entertainment, with a focus on antique and vintage shopping and First Friday weekend events with a vibrant art scene. As we come over the bridge into the West Bottoms, all the glorious architecture springs to life. A quick turn onto Hickory and you can see the historic beauty all around you. First Friday weekends in the historic West Bottoms of Kansas City are a monthly event where vintage and antique shops open their doors Friday through Sunday, offering a treasure trove of unique finds. The event extends beyond just shopping, with food trucks, live music, and special events taking place in the historic district. It's a popular destination for thrifters and those seeking a taste of the area's unique charm. The first building on the right is one of my favorite buildings to explore. This is called Martin's Memories, and it houses 4 floors of treasures. The first 3 floors are curated antique and vintage items, but the 4th floor is my favorite. It has nothing but salvage items. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to make it into this building today. I have 2 of my grands with me, so I'm going to show them and you a quick look at some of what the West Bottoms has to offer. As we round the corner, we come up to Patina. This is a must visit for anyone who loves the hunt of antique and vintage. On the First Friday weekends, many vendors set up their wares in front of different shops. Just look at all this goodness. These frames caught my eye, but wait, look at this. I had to stop in my tracks when I saw this cubby. It was only $40 and I really wanted it, but we just started and I have no way of carrying it with me, so I left it behind. Do you see anything that would stop you in your tracks? Oh, those legs! Oh my gosh! And then I had to check out this china to see if it was from, anything that I recognized, but it's not what I need, so I put it back. And as we turn the corner into Patina, the treasures await. Tell me what you see in the comments that I might not have spied. I see a little duck up there on the shelf and a few other treasures. And as we head up the stairs, oh, this hand-carved planter stopped me in my tracks. This planter is gorgeous and it's at least 6 feet long. Oh my goodness. Now I'm not sure what this is, but this is gorgeous and it's only $250 for all 3 of them. I would love to have this in my home. These old freight elevators are so massive. Right off the bat, we have the chippy goodness, the vintage feel, and these beautiful Crocs. Oh, I spy some glass flower frogs, but there's no price tag on them. These longhorn horns are only 68 apiece. Oh, but wait, what do I see hiding behind the longhorns? This gorgeous cubby is only $240. I think I need this trunk in my life. That is so beautiful. And maybe these sifters. Oh my goodness. And then I turn around and my jaw drops. Look at this antique apothecary cabinet. Oh my goodness. I'll insert a picture here for you to see the whole thing. This is massive and it's only $4,400. There is so much to look at and to wonder at and just to appreciate. This shelf of brass items, I loved it. I wish I could have gotten something off of here, but the prices were definitely retail and they're not what I want to spend, but I can admire them. Who's been searching for flower frogs? Raise your hand, because my hand is definitely raised. I loved each and every one of these, but I didn't get all of them. I only got 2. Who remembers the California Raisin guys? My mom had a set. I got them when she passed and I handed them down to my oldest daughter. My granddaughter here says, "We have some of these." My grandson was so excited about finding this alligator head. I just had to share it with you. This beautiful piece just sold, but I just had to share it with you. Wouldn't this look wonderful in an entryway or a foyer? Well, oh, just love this. Who loves vintage heirloom seed packets? These are so beautiful. The colors are so vibrant. Just love these, and I love the way that they have these displayed. Great ideas here, and it just keeps going up and up. Well, that's the end of our tour through Bella Patina for today. There are 2 more stories above us that are just as wonderful to explore. Now it's back out onto Hickory Street and we're crossing underneath of the 12th Street Bridge. This first Friday weekend is called Blooms in the Bottoms and it features plants and flowers. These vendors come from all over to set up along Hickory Street and to sell their starter blooms. And what is a party without food? Here come the food trucks, and later on in the day when things heat up, there's usually a band playing. And our next stop is the Ugly Glass & Company. You can't miss it. It's on Hickory between 11th and 12th Street. As you walk through those turquoise doors, you are greeted with a cheerful entry that opens up to a plethora of vendors showcasing their handmade apparel and home decor. CNC DIY Factory has a shop in the Ugly Glass & Company where we bring in all of our handmade home decor and gift items. The Ugly Glass & Company is open every weekend on Fridays and Saturdays. from 10 to 3 on Friday and 10 to 4 on Saturday. And then the first Fridays, they're open from 9 to 5 on Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday, and 11 to 4 on Sunday. Jenny is the owner and operator of the Ugly Glass & Company, and she is also a stockist for all DIY products, IOD products, and JRV stencils. Jenny is also an amazing artist, and if you don't know her, go follow her on Facebook and YouTube under the Ugly Glass & Company. Right across the aisle from all of her DIY products is our booth. This is the CNC DIY factory space in the Ugly Glass & Company. As I was saying as we entered the Ugly Glass & Company, this store is full of small businesses who create their own products or have vintage items and apparel or records. Now, we have not met the vendors yet that are in here because we are very new to the Ugly Glass & Company, but I can tell you from walking around, there is so much goodness here. As you walk through the Ugly Glass & Company, you might be able to spy some items with IOD transfers, stamps, molds, and some paint, maybe paint inlays. Jenny does amazing work, and she sprinkles her pieces throughout the store. Did you know the Ugly Glass & Company has a lower level? There is so much to look at on the main floor, most people don't even realize there is more to see. I found one collection that I absolutely love, and I had to stop and check them all out. This is the Willow Tree collection, and I love to collect them for myself. And if I find them at a good price, I pick them up. I found several of them here. I did not pick them up. I'm going to have to go back and get them. I really like this butcher block table. If I had space for it, I would have taken this one home. And then I saw this carousel. I just showed this video to Chris, and we might be going back for this one. I love all of these old vintage spools, but again, these were all retail prices, so none of them came home with me either. Every time I see a red tin with Prince Albert on it, I always have to giggle. It reminds me of the 1930s joke about Prince Albert in a can. Do you know that joke? This train has to be hand carved, and I'm sure it is vintage. It is just amazing. This booth is all about lights. Each of these displays is an actual light, and it looks like it's all ironwork. This table is gorgeous also. Look at the legs on this. I love brass, and this brass tea kettle is beautiful, but it was way out of my price range. Now it's on to the next store. This is called Robin's Nest, and it was so romantic and beautiful. Look at these doors. From the moment you step in, you can't help but to love the openness and the look of the displays. Their displays are a showroom of vintage and flowers. The windows hanging from the ceiling reflect the light, and the chandeliers make you want to take it all in. I love the use of this ladder for their hats. I've done the same thing in my space. I love how they use the mirrors around this pillar. It just really utilizes the space very nicely. What a great way to reinvent an industrial piece into this statement piece of a table. But wait until you see this table. Oh my goodness, the use of that whiskey barrel as the base for this table. I just love this. Gosh, I wish I could have it in my home. It is so gorgeous. And once again, they use those windows hanging from the ceiling with the chandelier light reflecting off. Just love this look. How sweet and simple are these mushrooms made from chicken wire? How beautiful is this gorgeous hutch? And then you come around the corner and you see this beautiful antique dresser that's been turned into a vanity. The Robin's Nest is definitely a must-see store. And the very last store I'm going to share with you today is called Serendipity. The entryway is cool and inviting, and as you walk up the steps to your right, you see this gorgeous black hutch. Now, I will say that we barely scratched the surface with Serendipity. My two grandchildren were a little tired after the day's excursions and adventures, so we only saw a very small amount of this store. But what we saw was absolutely beautiful. Now, it goes without saying that I do like to shop for myself, but I also like to shop to get inspired. I love to see how things are put together, how they use the shelving units, how they use the hutch, how they use each piece of furniture, and their vignettes. I really enjoy just looking and soaking it all in. With each store, I have had my eye looking for ironstone. And the only true ironstone that I have found all day was right here in Serendipity with this chamber pot. No, I did not buy the ironstone chamber pots. They were priced much higher than any I have ever seen before. They were $75 to $100 a piece. And then this little crock caught my eye. I like the metal handle with the wood on it. However, there was a hole in the bottom, and I don't understand why, and they wanted $40 for it. Now, I'm sure we've all seen the letterpress or the printer press trays. I have several of them, but they wanted $127 for this one. If I were to get one thing in this store, it would be one of these umbrellas. Absolutely love these. But it's time to wrap this up. I just want to say thank you so much for taking this trip to the West Bottoms in Kansas City, Missouri with me. If you like this type of content, please share this with a friend, like, comment, and subscribe. Every time you do, you help us grow, and we thank you for that. For more inspiration, check out our Facebook page. We do a live video every Thursday night at 6:30 Central, where I share creative tips and we DIY home decor together. Remember to keep practicing random acts of crafting, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.